Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be discussing the Packers Week 13 victory over the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, as the Packers pretty much dominated the entire game on Sunday Night Football last night, winning 27-19. Before we get into the breakdown, please, if you're watching this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and let's get into it. And I just want to say right here, right now, Jordan Love is him. Like, that performance that he did against the Chiefs with their good defense, the throws he was making, holy macaroni, he is good. And I'll get more into him later, but first, let's go ahead and break down the scoring breakdown. Start off with the Packers on their opening drive, taking half of the quarter. Ended up with a Ben Sims 1-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Love, his first career touchdown pass, celebrated with a Lambeau leap for a 7-0 Green Bay lead. And then at the end of the first quarter, Harrison Butker kicked a 34-yard field goal for a 7-3 Green Bay lead. Second quarter, Christian Watson received a 9-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Love to put a 14-3 Green Bay lead. It was a really nice crossing route, great protection. Jordan just dotted in there. And before the second quarter ended, the Chiefs got another field goal by Butker, another 34-yarder for a 14-6 lead for the Packers heading halftime. Third quarter, the Chiefs were able to get within two with Isaiah Pacheco 1-yard touchdown run. The two-point conversion failed, so a 14-12 Green Bay lead. And then Jordan Love threw an absolute dot to Christian Watson in the end zone, where it was like the perfect height for him. He fought for the ball, got a 12-yard touchdown pass for a 21-12 Green Bay lead. And then in the fourth quarter, Noah Gray had a 2-yard touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes, made the extra point for a 21-19 Green Bay lead. And then Anders Carlson hit two more field goals for a 40-yarder and a 48-yarder for a 27-19 victory for the Packers. Yes, I will get into that last minute. Don't worry, it's coming, because I got a lot to say about the officials and that. But yeah, let's go and look at the box score here. Jordan Love, absolutely fantastic. 25 for 36, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions again. Only got sacked twice. A quarterback rating of 118.6. Really, really good there from Love. A.J. Dillon, 18 for 73. Was a really good in getting a good amount of chunk yards, rumbling and bumbling his way down. Really good to see that from Dillon. Patrick Taylor, 2 for 29. Watson, 2 for 15 on jet sweeps, and Jordan Love, 2 for 10. Receiving, Romeo Doubs, 4 for 72, including an absolutely amazing throw and catch on 4th and 1. Now that's out of the Christian Watson touchdown, where in between 3 defenders, Jordan Love just kind of like cornholed it into Dobbs' hands, and absolutely beautiful to say the least. Christian Watson, 7 for 71 yards, 2 touchdowns, really impressive with him. Dontavian Wicks, 3 for 43. Tucker Kraft, 3 for 37, really coming his own after Luke Musgrave went down with a lacerated kidney. Jaden Reed, a little bit banged up, only 4 for 16. Malik Heath, 1 for 15. Dillon, 1 for 14 as well. And Sims, 1 for 1 with that touchdown. Defense. A lot of good things to say about the defense. Quay Walker had 13 total tackles. Corey Ballantyne had 10 total tackles. Sack-wise, Kenny Clark got half a sack. Rashawn Gary got half a sack. Preston Smith got half a sack. Lucas Van Ness got his second career sack. And Devontae Wyatt got a sack as well. Keyshawn Nixon, Darnell Savage, TJ Slayton, Carrington Valentine, Rudy Ford all had a pass deflection. And then Kenny Clark had 2 quarterback hits. Gary had 1, Van Ness had 2, Smith had 1, and Devontae Wyatt had 1 there. Interceptions, Keyshawn Nixon basically helped save the game with a beautiful interception where he just read the route perfectly. Just kind of caught it from Mahomes. And an interception for Keyshawn Nixon, good for him there. Nixon, 2 returns, 60 yards, 30 average, so pretty good there. Anders Carlson, after struggling the past couple weeks, had a pretty perfect game, went 2 for 2 on field goals, along with 48, and 3 for 3 on extra points. And Whelan had 2 really good punts inside of 20 as well. And overall, the Packers played an absolutely fantastic game. Really came out, really established a really good running game on the first try to open up the play-action pass. Jordan Love was fantastic. I'll get into other players I think that played well later on. But first things first, I want to say this. The officiating in that last minute on the Chiefs' last drive was absolutely horrible on both sides. I know a lot of Chiefs fans are going to focus on that defensive pass interference, but it was both sides that it was affected, because If you look at when Mahomes is scrambling it out, trying to scramble for a first down, Jonathan Owens led with his shoulder, hit him while Mahomes was still inbounds, still fighting for that yardage. And Owens got flagged for unnecessary roughness when that was clearly a football play. That was a 15-yard penalty. That should not have been a 15-yard penalty because Mahomes still inbounds. They gave the Chiefs extra 15 yards and really, really helped them out there. Another thing as well, when MVS had a ball, he was tackled inbounds. 4 players stopped inbounds, and it was ruled out of bounds. So to save the Chiefs a good amount of time there. And then, of course, the pass interference that should have been called pass interference. Like, I'm not debating that should have been pass interference. That absolutely should have been. Corey Valentine absolutely got his hands there early. But it was a makeup call by the refs. And those things happen. And I'm not even being able to talk about Hail Mary because everyone knows that no one, unless it's absolutely egregious, there's no penalties ever called on Hail Marys. I don't know what Chris Collinsworth was saying on that broadcast, but never, there's never penalties on Hail Marys. So there's that there. But yeah, the officiating, if the Chiefs were able to come back and win this game, I will point to the officiating as well for a Packers loss. And the Chiefs, you're right to be angry about that pass interference. I'm not denying that, but it's just, you also got some help from the refs at the end to even get that far. Acknowledge that and say that they screwed you over on that call. That's how it is. But let's get into players who I think played really, really well. First and foremost, Jordan Love. Holy cow. That some of the throws he was making, particularly on that one throw to Romeo Doubs, where he just kind of cornholed it in between 3 defenders. I like Chris Collins' analogy on that. He played cornhole with Dobbs and got it in. And the throw he made to Christian Watson for a second touchdown. Holy macaroni, that was absolutely insane. Perfect placement at a point of attack. Watson fought for it. He made some Rodgers-esque throws in this game. And the rest of the NFC, especially the NFC North, it's like, oh no, they did it again because these past 4 or 5 weeks, Jordan Love has been good. He's been really, really good. And it's only going to get easier for the Packers as we see here soon. A.J. Dillon, I really want to shout you out, man. You've been playing well these past few weeks. You've been getting some very tough yards. Been really good in the receiving game as well. And so, A.J. Dillon, you've been playing really, really good. Dobbs has some incredible catches there that really set us pretty well. And, God, Christian Watson. Holy cow, man. This is the guy I expected for the whole year. And he had a good game against Detroit. He had a great game this game. He's really starting to heat up. He had 2 touchdowns in this game. Only thing I'm concerned about is he did seem like he got a little bit of a leg injury at the end of the game, but he seemed like he was okay. He wasn't in a lot of pain. He was on the sideline still, so that is a good sign heading forward as we have Monday Night Football next week. So, Christian Watson, fantastic. I wanted to really shout out the defense, especially in that first half in the red zone. Getting 3 sacks on Mahomes in the red zone in that first half really saved our butts because they had to settle for field goals instead of getting touchdowns, so good on you there. There was still some frustrations with some of the play calls as quite often we let Travis Kelce wide open in our zone defense. Never, ever have a man on Travis Kelce at all times. He's like their only receiver. Keyshawn Nixon, I want to shout out for that interception. Beautiful read there. And the last guy I want to shout out is Anders Carlson. Perfect game for you. Really, really good for you. So, good job, Anders. Overall, this was like one of the most impressive wins for the Packers I have seen in a very, very long time. And if you go to standings here real quick, in playoffs, the Green Bay Packers would be in the playoffs if the season ended today, as we have the tiebreaker over the Rams because we beat them earlier in the year. So that was a very, very key win. And as you will see here, the Packers have like the easiest schedule to end the season as we are at the Giants on Monday Night Football, a game the Packers can easily win. Then we have the Buccaneers, who could be dangerous, could be feisty there, but Packers, again, can win. Then we are at Carolina. We better win that game. Then we're at the Vikings, who knows how good the Vikings are going to be down the stretch. I mean, they do have Justin Jefferson coming back, but who knows what the quarterback situation is going to be for them. And then we're home against the Bears to end the season. the Packers could very easily end this season on an 8-game winning streak. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen because I think it's going to be at least one loss there, either to the Buccaneers or the Vikings potentially. But yeah, the Packers are in the playoffs, and they're looking really, really good. If you told me that we were going to be 11-6 and make potentially 11-6 and making the playoffs this year, I would have slapped you. Especially after this 4-game losing streak here, where we should beat the Falcons, we should have beat the Raiders, we should have beaten the Broncos. Just imagine how good this team would be if those games were wins. And all I gotta say is, it's a love story, baby. And I am saying yes. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you again very, very soon.